Okay, today we're going to continue with the study of lines, and we're going to look at the relationships between straight lines. Okay, remember we talked about curved lines and straight lines. We're talking about the relationship between two straight lines. So I'm going to take this straight line. Now, if you remember, from parts of a line, I said this is a line segment. So again, I want you to use your imagination and I want you to pretend that this is a line that goes forever and ever. So I'm going to affix, or I'm going to stick, or I'm going to secure this line to my paper, okay? And I want to place another line down and define the relationship. So what I'm going to do is just take these two sticks from the geometric stick box and I'm going to place them on top. And now I'm going to place another line. And I'm going to use the orange and the brown to define how I place that stick, okay? Now I can't affix this stick to my paper because my tacks aren't long enough. So I'll just be real careful. So I'm going to remove these, and what I've done here is created intersecting lines. These two lines intersect. I've done some very, very, very detailed drawings of children. I spent hours doing these, and they look just like the children I used to teach. So, these two children, as you can see, are happy. Why are they happy? Well, they live across the street from each other, but they know if they start to walk along the sidewalks, eventually the sidewalks intersect and they get to see each other. So that's what makes them happy. These lines are intersecting lines. I'm going to put this here, and just to remind you with these arrowheads that these lines go on forever and ever. So, intersecting lines are lines which cross each other. I've got some more terms to give you, but I just need to clean this up first. I'll be right back. Okay, as I said, we have two lines that cross each other, are intersecting lines. That's why our children are happy, because the lines have intersected and now they get to meet each other. So I want to talk about a term for the direction of the intersecting lines. I'm going to put an arrow here and an arrow here. When we have two intersecting lines moving towards each other, in other words, the direction in which they're moving, we say that those lines are convergent. Those intersecting lines are convergent. They keep getting closer to each other. The distance between the two lines decreases. Remember, we had the orange stick here, and we had the brown stick here, and you can see the brown stick's shorter. It decreases the distance. So convergent means they keep getting closer together, and it comes from the Latin root cum, which means with, and vergere, which means to incline. So inclined lines that come closer together, I guess. But that's convergent. Now, when they go the other way, when they get further apart, and again, two very, very detailed drawings. I went to college for this. I learned this in Figure Drawing 101. It took me hours to do these. These two children are not happy. Let's move these for a second because I have to do some CGI, some special effects. Are you ready? Here we go. Look at this. Oh, let's see if I can do it. There we go. So these two children are not happy. Why? Because they're moving further and further and further away from each other. So the lines are, the distance between the lines is no longer decreasing, no longer getting together, but the distance between the two lines is getting further and further apart. We say that when two lines get further and further apart, they are divergent. Divergent comes from dis, meaning apart, and vergere, to incline. So, when lines are moving away from each other, when the distance between them is increasing, they are divergent. When the distance between the lines is getting closer together, they are convergent. Thanks for watching. More to come.